Young boy steps onto the massive stage, the bright lights almost too harsh for his eyes. His shoes are dusty, his shirt slightly faded, signs of a life far from luxury. But in his hands, he holds something precious, an old guitar, its wood worn and scratched from years of love and use. It's not just an instrument, it's his closest friend, his voice when words fail. As he walks to the center, the audience stirs. People whisper, some chuckle under their breath, assuming they already know the ending of his story. Who is he? What can he possibly do? The doubt hangs heavy in the air, thick enough to crush a weaker spirit. One judge, arms crossed, raises an eyebrow with a look that says, "Prove it." The boy swallows hard. His heart pounds so loudly he wonders if the microphones can catch the sound of his fear. He places his guitar strap over his shoulder with gentle care, almost like he's afraid the world might judge the instrument too. He looks down at the floor for a second, just long enough to gather every dream, every struggle, every lonely night he spent practicing under a dim bulb. In his mind, he can hear his mother's voice, "This is your chance. Don't be afraid." He lifts his chin. His eyes shine with something deeper than confidence, hope. His tiny fingers reach for the strings, shaking, trembling like a leaf in the wind. He breathes in once, deep and steady, as if pulling strength from every painful memory he's ever survived. The hall falls silent, even the whispers fade. It's just him, the guitar, and the moment that could change his life forever. He strums the first note, and the world holds its breath. He opens his mouth, and the very first line of Hotel California escapes, soft, delicate, almost fragile. But there's something magical in it, a purity that touches the heart without asking for permission. His voice floats into the air like a prayer, gentle yet filled with untold stories. The audience, who just moments ago whispered and judged, suddenly falls silent. Every sound in the giant hall disappears, no rustling, no murmuring, not even a chair creaks. It's as if time itself pauses to listen. A spotlight follows the boy, catching the slight rise and fall of his shoulders as he breathes. The camera zooms in, capturing the innocence on his face, and the depth in his eyes that seems older than his years. His voice trembles slightly at first, but even those tiny cracks are beautiful, human, real. One of the judges, the strictest one, the one who rarely smiles, leans forward in disbelief. Her eyes widen slowly, a tear forming before even she realizes it. She whispers to herself, "Oh my, this is special." With every note he sings, something inside the boy transforms. The trembling of his fingers lessens. His voice grows stronger, smoother. The microphone now feels like an ally instead of a threat. The fear that once controlled him melts away, replaced by an unexpected wave of confidence. His foot taps gently to the rhythm. His eyes lift from the guitar to the audience. The stage that once felt enormous now feels like home. He isn't just singing a cover, he's telling a piece of his soul. A story of dreams, struggles, and hope wrapped into every lyric. By the time he reaches the second verse, the judges are no longer doubting him. They're falling in love with his voice. As the chorus arrives, something incredible happens. The boy lifts his head, and from somewhere deep within his heart, his voice rises, no longer soft and uncertain, but bold and breathtaking. The emotion in his tone hits like a wave, raw and unfiltered, as if every hardship he has ever known is pouring into the music. Each word of "Welcome to the Hotel California" carries both pain and hope. His voice soars higher, stronger, crashing through the silence of the hall. Goosebumps ripple across the arms of the audience like a sudden chill, but it's not cold, it's the warmth of feeling something real, something honest. People who were once unimpressed now sit at the edge of their seats, eyes wide, hearts beating faster. A mother in the front row clutches her chest, whispering in awe. A young girl forgets to blink as tears gather in her eyes. On the judges' panel, one woman, known for her tough critiques and steel heart, slowly raises her hand to her mouth. She tries to hide the emotion, but she can't. Tears shimmer, threatening to fall. She isn't just hearing a performance, she's feeling it, every note like a message meant for her. Behind the boy, the stage lights brighten, transforming into dazzling star-like beams. They twinkle as if celebrating him, a reminder that even the smallest star can shine the brightest in the darkest sky. He grips the guitar with newfound strength. His voice trembles not from fear but from passion, from the overwhelming emotion of finally being heard. The music wraps around the audience like wings, lifting them into his world, a world where dreams seem possible and where one song can heal 1,000 hearts. In that moment, he isn't just a poor boy anymore. He's a rising star. The final guitar note floats into the air like a feather, drifting gently before disappearing into the silence. The boy holds his last pose, chest rising and falling, his breath shaky with emotion. His eyes remain closed, almost afraid to face whatever comes next. And then, nothing. Not a single sound. A whole second passes, long enough to make his heart twist in fear. Did he fail? Did they hate it? His fingers still cling to the guitar strings, frozen. But then, boom, the entire hall erupts into explosive applause. People leap from their seats as if pulled upward by sheer excitement. The clapping is thunderous. Cheers, whistles, shouts of joy bouncing off every wall. It's louder than anything the boy has ever experienced in his life. Rows upon rows of faces are lit up with admiration, smiling, crying, celebrating him. The same audience that once doubted him now applauds as if they've discovered a miracle. Even the cameras shake slightly from the sudden movement, trying to capture every second of this unexpected triumph. The boy blinks rapidly, stunned. His hands begin to shake uncontrollably, not from fear this time, but from relief, from shock, from overwhelming happiness. He looks down at his old guitar, hardly believing that these worn-out strings, this humble instrument, could create something that moved an entire hall to its feet. He tries to smile, but emotion chokes him. Tears well in his eyes, blurring the blinding stage lights. A trembling hand lifts to his face as his chest fills with a feeling he has long dreamed of, pride. This moment, this applause, this love, it's all for him. For the first time in his life, the world isn't laughing. The world is cheering his name. One of the judges, the same one who tried so hard to stay emotionless, rises from her chair. Her eyes are red, tears already slipping down her cheeks. She walks toward the boy slowly, each step filled with awe and admiration. The audience grows quieter, sensing that something unforgettable is about to happen. The boy watches her approach, confused, his breaths coming fast and shaky. He whispers to himself, "Is this real?" The judge stops right in front of him, struggling to speak as her voice trembles. She places a hand over her heart and says, with absolute sincerity, "You didn't just sing, you touched every heart here." The boy's lips part, but no words come out, only silent tears. He clutches his guitar tightly as though it's the only thing keeping him standing. Then, without another moment of hesitation, she turns back to the judge's table and raises her hand high. The crowd gasps. Everyone knows what's coming. Slam! Her palm crashes onto the golden buzzer. Instantly, the stage explodes with glittering gold light. Confetti bursts from above, cascading like magical rain. The audience screams with joy, some jumping up and down, others wiping their eyes uncontrollably. The boy's knees buckle. He falls to the ground, overwhelmed, tears streaming down his face. He presses his hands to his mouth, trying to contain the sobs that rush out like years of hope finally released. Gold surrounds him, in the air, on his hair, on his guitar. Even the judges rush toward him, embracing him, celebrating this moment with him. He looks up into the dazzling storm of confetti and smiles through tears. This is not just applause. Not just a performance. This is the beginning of his dream, the one he never thought would come true. Tonight, the world finally sees who he truly is. A star. Glowing star.